Let's go now. You are seeing everything, I assume.
Lecturer, what happened? I don't hear you.
You are not hearing me. Are you hearing me or not?
We are here.
Everybody, what happened?
We are here.
Okay, that one who is saying everybody, he can now keep quiet. Um, Last time we talked about the viruses. And for your computer to be safe, you should avoid, you should protect it. Last time I told you you have to install a software. You should install a software application for protecting your computer against the viruses. But these are also the protective measures you should take.
I have a problem. I don't hear you.
That is your problem, it's not our problem. If all students are hearing me and you are not hearing me, it's your problem. Don't bring it to class. Isn't it, brother? Who is saying he is not hearing me? I'm asking you, Florentine, are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm here.
Then, who is the brother that has been claiming that he's not hearing me? If you have a question, you will raise up your hand because I'm looking at your names. So to make it shorter, I told you there are some measures you should take to protect your computer from viruses. And this includes avoiding loading the information from unprotected sites. You should also make the backup copies of your data because sometime you will need to format or to erase your computer memory. You should use antiviruses, as I said. The antivirus has toolkits, example Dr. Solomon, Norton antivirus, MCIF antivirus, Kaspersky. You should also guard against intrusion of unauthorized system. Any system that you are allowing to get into your computer, you should be trusting that. And avoid opening the spyware programs that you see being shared on WhatsApp and everywhere and other social networks. And the way you should detect this, some people are always claiming that you have won an award. You do this, you will win an award, you will win for an award. Then if you open it, they will direct you to another source. And if you go to another source, you may get triggered to the viruses or to the system that is not protected, and that will damage your computer. The computer network. I told you that today we will talk about the computer network. And the computer network itself, the network, you know that I know all of you are using phones on your daily lives, and when you don't have, you have a network, you see the signal above. It seems that it looks at the head of the phone. You see some signal for the network. So the network generally refers to.
I don't hear you.
I told you to check your microphone. Anyone in the class, you can tell your colleague in the box. because he's not hearing, tell him to check his microphone. If you are all hearing, it means he's the one with the problem. Because me, I know my microphone is working proper. I have tested it.
We are not seeing the notes.
You are not seeing the notes?
Yes.
What is the problem? Okay, I can see. I had not shared. Now you are seeing?
We are seeing.
Okay,
Yes.
I had not shared it before. The computer network, I told you that the network itself refers to a system in which a number of independent computers are linked together to share data and peripherals. Networking refers to the concept of connected computers sharing resources. Some people who are mastering the computer, they are even mastering this specialization of networking to ensure that the computers are properly connected and sharing resources. This doesn't only work with the computers that in the same surrounding or in the same room or even the same environment. The computers may be networked from different places. If you remember well, when I was teaching you about the types of computer, we talked about the mini computer, the supercomputer that stores the information from which is used by different users. So you can also network the computers in different areas, and their saving place or saving disk is located within a specific supercomputer that is out of the place where you are working from. Standalone computers are powerful tools that can manipulate an amount of data, but they don't allow the use of sharing information in a standalone environment. They don't allow the use of separated networks. So sharing of information is in a standalone environment was done by the printouts. When you are printing in your office, your computer, your printer may be connected to different computers. And because they share the same network, you can also print one from your side, from your office, and the printer is located somewhere else in the middle of your offices. Copying documents files to a floppy disk for others to edit or use them. And this kind of sharing information is referred to as a SNET. This one for printouts and copying documents from files to a floppy disk. And this SNET has some disadvantages. They are very slow, inefficient to meet the need and expectations of today's computers. The computer network have two goals, meaning to put their computers together or to work together. They have the two goals: to increase the efficiency and reduce the costs. And they are achieved in three primary ways: sharing information, sharing hardware and software. If you remember well, when we had a face-to-face class, I explained to you about the N computing. this makes easier the sharing the hardware and the software parts of the information, because from the end computing you can use one CPU to process the document, and you can use different screen, but you are saving on you are processing on one CPU in the room, centralizing administration and support. Yeah, this is making things very reachable, and the administration or the support of any activity that is being done within the company or the working place. The network components. The network have some components, and they have different functions and features in common. Those ones includes the servers. The servers, those are the computers that provide shared resource to network users. These servers, like this one we are using in Rwanda, when you buy the Mango 4G, another one buys the Mango, the MTN 4G. Another one buys the Airtel 4G or the 3G. They all have the computers where the server is. When they tell you that the 30 MB you have bought have been completed or finished, it means they are serving computer. They are servers computers in within their headquarters or their control rooms have already calculated the resources they had provided to you, that they have been finished. The client. These are the computers that accept shared resources by a server, like the ones you are using now, are attending this class. They are called the client. The media. These are these components. These are the components of the network. They leave us to wires. Wires, that makes physical connection. The wires that makes physical connection, if they are the connected computer or the ones you use here, like the modem, the whatever you use to connect to your computer. Then there is also the shared data. This leaves us to files provided to clients by server. Close the network. These are the shared data that you operate on when you are using your network. The resources also leave us to any services or devices such as printers, files, or other items are available for use by members of the network. Next, the terminologies. Within the network system, we have different terminologies, but I will only highlight the few because there are many. We cannot finish up with them. There are the bandwidth. The bandwidth refers to highest or lowest frequency for network signals, or data transfer capacity or speed of transmission of digital transmission system as measured in bits or bits per second. Throughputs. The throughputs refers to actual data transfer rate, the rate on which the data are transferred. Then there is also the closed stack. But before closed stack, in a computer network, greater bandwidth it indicate faster data transfer capacity. When you specialize, some of you specializing in networking will be able to measure this. The closed stack or signal overflow to then there is also the classification of networks by size and geographical location. This involves the LAN, the MAN, WAN. LAN is LAN, which stands for the local area network. Then there is also MAN, which is medium area network, and WAN, wide area network. So this it depends on the ones you are using. It's not WAN, it's not even MAN. It's the one you use on your phone is LAN. Even on many computers you will see this. When you are configuring your computer to a network, if you go to the control panel, you will find such of the words RAN and WAN to mean the types of network you have to choose. They will even ask you about the network when you are doing the configuration. So the second is about the configuration, peer-to-peer, client-to-server. The peer-to-peer, you can even use the tethering. I know you tether your computers. The client-to-server, that is the one you get from your servers, the ones that you are buying from the MTN, the Mango 4G in Rwanda, and the other ones. So the local area network. The local area network is the basic building block of any computer network. In any computer network, it should be there. It can range from a simple 2 computers connected by cable to a complex hundreds of connected computers and peripherals through a major operation. It's very understandable when you go to at your workplace. Most of the time you will be using this type of network because your network is between specific computers that are operating from the same area. The local area networks are usually located in a single building or campuses and handles inter-office communications. Don't say a problem. You can ask a question, but if it becomes a problem now, it can be difficult. Do you have any question? Yes, if you want to ask a question, you can ask, but before you ask, you can raise your hand. And I see who is this talking. Mujambere? Are you the one? Majambere. Majambere. So it means
Felicia.
you are Felicia. You are moving ahead.
Yes. Yes.
Mm.
I have
Okay.
a problem of the next you pass. What is meaning lam, main, and the other floor? Lan, main, and the other floor.
Majambere, I have explained this, but this daughter of mine, Muteteri Nadine, can you see how she's looking in the heaven? Mutoni Wase, Shamani Chantal, Nadine. Nadine, it seems like she's talking to Jesus. Huh?
One going Penny.
Nadine, can you remove your camera? She's not even in the class.
She wants to go in the heaven.
She wants to go to the heaven. Okay.
She's not here.
Oh. Or maybe she's doing something that is commanding her to look at the heaven. But if you continue, I will remove you. If you continue not respecting the classroom instructions, I will remove you to make the class smooth. Hope you are still seeing the presentation, right? So Majambere, thank you for the question. But those people disturbing, can you please spare us and make sure I don't disturb, because you are making the class bothering. And I don't have to mute everyone, but for the next time when I will be creating the link, maybe I will mute all of you. But you will not have right to ask questions, and I want students to be asking questions, and that won't help me. So let's go on. What Majambere was asking is the meaning, and I know I have explained this, but I will keep on explaining. The LAN is a local area network, and I'm still emphasizing on it. The next MAN and the WAN I will keep on explaining as I move to the next slide. LAN consists of computers network interface card, NIC, the networking media, or the network traffic control device and the peripheral devices. Then they have some characteristics. Yes, characteristics of RAN or RAN. High speed. It has high speed. It has even low area data networks. It covers a few thousand meters. It cannot reach very far, like the one you use in Mount Kenya. If it is at the first floor, when you go to the second floor, to the fourth row, you don't get it most of the time. If the server is there within the third floor, the ground floor will not access it easily. It covers some few thousand meters. They are owned by RAN implementer of the network. Then the second we're asking is called WAN, which is the wide area network. And the wide area network, means that a computer in business grew LANs were found to be insufficient. There was a need for business to share information. The solution to this were WAN, which covers a large geographical area and connects cities and countries. And this is the one that we get from the satellites. And it's the RAN is derived from the wide area network. They are designing it to do the following. They allow access through serial interfaces, operate at a lower speed, provide full-time and part-time connectivity. The WAN is the internet, and it spans. The characteristics of WAN, it has the low speed. There is a high area of data networks. It covers several thousand kilometers. I told you it can even connect the countries to countries, the continent to continents. They are owned or controlled by the government. The metropolitan area network, or the medium, this refers to a network with a diameter of not more than 50 kilometers. Metropolitan, or the medium area network, this refers to a network that only cover the diameter of 50 kilometers. A span's metropolitan area generally means a span large geographical area than LAN but smaller than WAN. That's why we call it metropolitan, or the medium one. It meets the need for intermediate size information communication that could have benefits between those affordable by either WAN or LAN. The choice of network to implement depends on the size of organization, level of security acquired, type of administrative supports are available, amount of network traffic, needs of network users, and the network budget. Those are the 6 items that the choice of the network depends on. So when I ask you a question in the exam or in the quiz, you have to make sure you know this. And the quiz is coming. Then the other type of network, the networks that rely on configuration, is peer-to-peer network. This refers to the simplicity form of network. Each workstation works as both client and server, are equal and therefore are known as peers. Data and the resources are distributed throughout the network, and each user is responsible for sharing data and the resources connected to their systems. The peer-to-peer are also known as called work groups. The work groups meaning where people sees or share some characteristics within our group. Then they will also share that type of network. They are relatively cheap because there is no need for a powerful central server or other components required for high capacity network. Any question before we proceed?
Excuse me, Victor.
Yes.
My name is Miriam.
You are Jean-Claude?
No, Nashuha Miriam.
Nashuha Miriam,
My question is, among different networks, different types of networks, which one is the best and the fastest?
The fastest is LIN, because it is dealing with fewer kilometers or meters within the company or the working place, and it's being used by a small number of computers. For the best one, there is no best one, because it depends on the nature of activity that is going to be done. If it is for the country, or for the interconnectivity of the countries or the continent, we will be required to use the wide area network, and it doesn't mean it is the best. But if we are going to be in a company where we need a network, we will have to use the local area network. So therefore we cannot use there, because we cannot say that this is the best and this one is the worst, because they have different functions. They have different limitations and what they have been designed for. Any other question? Okay, nobody has another question. So for these ones, I told you the peer-to-peer network. These are the ones we use even at home. We can share, we can manage them. I told you there is no need of the server, the big server capacity, though you might have bought it from an internet provider or company or from your workplace. But this one is they are mainly used by the people that are together. The computers are located on one user's desks. Yeah, I can be having a network that maybe I bought from my modem, then I decide that I can share it to you. That one is a peer-to-peer network. The user asks for their own administrators and plan their own security. Because you are the ones that manage that network, you are the ones that decide how you use your network. Computers in a network are connected by simple, easily visible cabling system. The cabling system in Rwanda now, many people are no longer using it, but in Mount Kenya they are there. Those cables that we use to connect, when you go to the library, there is a place where you can plug, then you plug on your computer too. When you look at your laptops, you will even see a place where you connect the network cable, and someone is linking the phone. It's called GH. GH, can you mute your phone? The phone is ringing inside. Jean-Claude. Jean-Claude, are you normal or you are sick? Huh? You are disturbing the class. There are 10 users of you. These ones I explained. It has the peer-to-peer network are appropriate where there are 10 users or fewer. This network, when it goes beyond, the security level and the performance may go lower. The users share resources. You can be on the same network, on this network, then you share the resources. The security is not an issue because it's somehow manageable. You can manage it on the same place. The organization and network will experience only limited growth. So if you... Yes.
What I want to know is, sometimes if you have your own network, yet you didn't share the password, and you find that the nearby people, they can be able to access your internet. What causes that? And then you didn't share the password.
Is your network protected or it is not protected?
It's protected.
Yeah, so you have to make sure there are some windows within their computers, because even me, I can guess the password of your internet. It depends on the network security you have put there. For you, you can go and you set the security. You think that your computer or your network is secured, but really it's not. The network is not secured by only a password, but the type of the password you have put within the setting of your computer. This one is your question could be answered well if we were maybe in a face-to-face class, because many people are facing this and they don't know, they don't realize, because the network settings have different tricks. If you go to your network, where you share, you tether, for example, on your phone. Do you use the network tethering? Do you tether your network? I'm asking you.
Yes, lecturer.
Yes. So when you are tethering your network, there is the way you put a password. But within the password, within putting there the password, there is the security type. Many people don't go there and configure this area. So there is the open option and the WPA2 PSK all WPA2. Have you ever seen that?
Yes, lecturer.
So if you use the open network, everybody will be able, if he has like Windows 7 or another application that discovers the passwords, it is easier for him or for her to discover your password when you have not told him. That's where the main problem is. So if you protect your network, make sure you have chosen the WPA. And the WPA stand for the Wi-Fi protected access. And the PS key you will find behind it stand for the pre-shared key, meaning that they cannot access your network if you have not given them the key.
The key.
Are we together?
Yes, lecturer. Thank you.
Okay, welcome. The server based, that is also the type of the network. It consists of client that make requests to the dedicated server. The dedicated server is one that functions only as a server and is not used as a client or work station. Servers are optimized to services requests from network quickly and as to ensure security of the files and directories. When the network increases in size, meaning the number of computers, the users, the physical distance, and the traffic between them, more than one server is usually needed. For this, the server-based networks, so when they become many users, this is what MTN does. They start selling network with limited resources. And the clients are increasing. They don't increase the number of servers, the server computers. The users are increasing, they don't increase. That's why when you see, you buy a 4G network from maybe MTN or Airtel, for the starting it is working properly. But in the end, as the days come, many people are loading themselves on that network. For them, they are not increasing the number of serving computers within their rooms. Then in the future, you will not be able to access whatever you were accessing at the starting. This also happens when you go to your RIN network in the campus. When the students are there many, it is difficult to access the network. You are loading, it seems like it is going to Asia. It is loading from China. Or you are commanding it from Kigali, then it is going maybe to Kasese in Uganda, in the northern part. So because many people are using it, but the serving computers there, they are few. But they have the following advantages. The server-based networks. The advantages, they have the dedicated server sharing resources, the centralized security, so the security is managed from the server. Easy backup, you can back up your files when something wrong happens. The redundancy, data is deprecated across the drives, which help to restore the system in case of phase failure. The number of users can support thousands of users. The hardware consideration, the client need to be so powerful. Disadvantages, they are expensive and they depend on administrators. If it has no administrator, it will not work. Network topologies. The topology, it defines the structure of a network, divided into two parts. The physical topology, they are the actual layout of media or wire. And the logical topology, this defines how media is accessed by the host. It determines how computer communicates on the network. Example, broadband and the token passing. I hope we had to end from here, right? So that yeah, but let me see if we can finish with this. We have spent at least 1 hour studying, and because today many people have been absent, I wanted not to use much time. Network topology affects its capabilities. The choice of topology will have impacts on the type of equipment, the network needs, capability of equipment, growth of the network, and the way the network is managed. The physical topologies, there is the A. When you look at when I send you this PowerPoint presentation, you will have to go to read about these bus topologies, the backbone, the node, terminator, and the terminator. The terminator one is the client, and the second there is the server, and the other one is the client that receives the network. It consists of the devices connected to a common shared cable, which is the backbone, that one we're using on the graph. It is the simplest and most common method of networking computers. The computers on a bus topology network will see the sent data, but only the computer whose the address matches the address encoded in the signal accept the information. All other computers reject the data. Those are the phenomena of networking. Only one computer can be sent, can send data at any time or on the first come first served basis. This type of logical topology is referred as broadcasts, whereby each host sends its data to all other hosts on network medium. The signal is sent to the entire network from one end of the cable to another. At the both end of the cable, there is a terminator. The purpose of this device is to prevent the signal loss as it moves back and forth or bouncing. The function of the terminator is either transmit data to other computers on the network, listen for data from other computers or network. That's why I told you the one is for the server that transmits the terminator 1 and the terminator 2. Then the terminator 2 you have seen on the graph is for receiving. It receives and transmits, or it receives and they implement the prompt. They are not responsible for moving data from one computer to the next one. The factors that affect the performance of a bus topology are the number of computers, the hardware capability of computers on the network, total number of queued commands and awaiting to be executed, and types of application running on the network, the types of cables used on the network, and the distance between computers. The B is the star topology, but since the topology seems somehow confusing, let's go back to them for the next class. For today, we'll have to stop from here. Then for the next time, we will go to the star topology. We will have to explain this when you will be still energized. This one who is a guest. I can see someone who is showing us the data.
Excuse me, lecturer, before you finish up.
Yes, before we end up, it's now your turn to ask questions.
Okay.
If you have raised your hand, you can ask your question, or if it's a concern, you can raise it. There is no problem.
Okay, I'm by name Bosco Nchimimana.
You are by names of Nshimimana. So, Nshimimana, what is your concern?
My concern, we have learned different types or categories of network.
Yes.
Then my question is in implementation of any type of network, do we consider the
Am I getting you?
I don't know whether you are getting me.
Okay, you can ask now. Now I can get you.
Okay, I was saying that we had learned different type of or categories of network.
Yes.
So my question is, before or in order to implement any type of network, what's depending on the capacity of device we have, or it depends to what we want to install in our devices?
No, it depends on the nature of activity to be done. Because if you are at workplace, if you are at workplace, you will be required to use a local area network. If you are at workplace, it's the one that is used. But if it's if you are maybe going to connect different countries on a specific issue, satellites, you will be required to use the wide area network. So it depends on the nature of activity to be done. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, lecturer.
A question, lecturer?
Yes. Evode, you can ask your question.
A question?
Yes, you are allowed to ask.
I'm Evode.
How will you get the note?
What type of students are you?
Excuse me, sir, lecturer.
Can you hear your colleague who is asking for the notes?
Excuse me.
Yes.
I'm Evode.
Yes, Evode, can you ask your question?
I'm Evode. Yes, I would like to ask you.
Yes.
Among those three types of networks.
Yes.
Are you getting me?
I'm getting you.
Yes, among those three types of network, LAN, MAN, and WAN. So we see that such a network which is called the VPN. So where can we locate? Where can we? Of VPNs among those three.
Your name is Evod.
Yes.
You were asking about the VPN, right?
Yes. Classification of VPN.
VPN, it has been invented for people who want to escape from. I cannot call it a network as such, but it has. Some people also call it a network as such, but you cannot easily call it a network, and I know you cannot easily classify it within the wide area network and within the look at this guy Radukund.
Please, lecturer.
So if you keep talking, wait as I mute this guy. Iradukunda who?
Yes.
Iradukunda Agnes is shouting. But I want to answer to the VPN question. You want to ask another question?
Yes. No, I'm still waiting for the answer.
No, there was another one who was
a mirror lecturer.
Yes, you can ask before and I answer both of you. You who is saying me, you should better you raise your hand.
I have a question.
Yes.
Yes, I raise my hand. My question is that how can I get the note?
That is the question you are asking. What is your name?
Majambere Felicien.
Majambere Felicien. You kindly remind me when I will be giving marks of the cat to take at least 5 marks from you. Because you are not an updated student.
Excuse me, lecturer.
Why lecturer?
Because you are not an updated student. Imagine I am
updated.
You are not updated. I have already put the notes.
Yes.
I have already
every day and every time.
Can you listen to him? Somebody is raising the hand.
Excuse
Remember,
me,
I'm still.
No, let me talk first. I can hear you. I will excuse you.
Okay.
Yes, but I'm still talking to Majambere.
Okay.
Listen to how old are you, Majambere? I'm asking you, how old are you?
Under 12.
Me?
Are you under 12 or you are under 15?
Why under 12? Maybe 130 or years.
Okay, Majambere, the notes are on the portal. But for the next time, if you are not updated, I will take you some marks. I will take some marks from your cut.
Thank you so much, lecturer.
Then, before we go on, let me answer to the question asked by a vote before you ask another question, so that I don't forget.
About the VPN.
A vote, you were asking whether the VPN should be classified in between the... We cannot classify it in none of the two or the three because it works everywhere. This is a virtual private network that have been created for some IT people to help you to protect your data when you don't want anyone to see what you are doing with your computer or with your laptop or with your phone. So it is classified among those ones, all the ones, because it works everywhere. Whether you are using RAN or whether you are using WAN or MAN, you can install your VPN device, then you can be able to also use the VPN. Are we together?
For me, I was thinking
Yes.
that I can classify it. I was thinking that I can classify it under the WAN.
Because
Wide.
it's wide. No, I even use it. Can you open your phone and put there VPN? If you use VPN with your phone with your MTN bundles, are you using the wide area network? Or you are using the local area network?
Question.
I have a question, Director.
Yes, you can ask.
My name is Namanga Jean Baptiste. At the beginning
Why
of
are you
this...
Namhanga? We have so many Bahanga here. Huh? Huh? Huh?
My question is this.
Yes.
At the beginning of this session, we do the assignment or cut.
You did the assignment.
Yes.
So I will give you the other questions online that you will have to submit individually. So the marks you will get, you will get on that. The marks you will get on that, I will add that one you submitted on the papers. Then I give you the full marks.
I have a question.
Excuse me,
Yes.
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 Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Antiviruses. Is there
I
antiviruses?
excused you.
Hey, I want to ask you.
Yes, Emmanuel.
Hey, I'm in a confusion.
The antiviruses. Is there an antivirus? Mobile
Antivirus for the mobile phone. Antivirus for the mobile phone is there.
Which the name?
The smartphone. You can go to Google Play Store or the App Store, then you download the Kaspersky or the Avast. There are so many ones. This Gaspar Neon Shoot is looking at me, and he has put on his microphone. Laurent Nshimimana is the same, and the computer skills. This one who named himself computer skills. Tomorrow he will name himself a motherboard.
Excuse me, lecturer.
Yes.
Sir, lecturer, I want to ask. Sir, lecturer.
Celestine, I'm hearing you.
Yes, I am.
Can you ask your question?
Yes, my question. What uko nabonye post za Mount Kenya zikeneye abize masters n'abafite PhD.
But some students are very funny to this level. Celestine, can you ask your question?
Yes, my question is, what is server based?
What is?
Server based.
Server. I said the server. Not server. So server means it means that network is coming from the server, either within your institution or within the country. Server is from verb to serve. Then based the word saved is based, you know. So I don't need to. I am not going to teach vocabularies because this is a computer skills class. It's not a vocabulary class.
Excuse me, lecturer.
Yes. I can see that some people are leaving before I close the class. And remember, I will download the attendance after saying, before I say goodbye. So if you leave earlier, you will not have attended.
Sir, excuse me.
Yes.
I still have confusion about types of or categories of network. Because I see server based, I see man, I see LAN, I see a WAN. So I want to see what the different of those. Maybe you can tell me whether server or and this one of LAN are under classification maybe of size and geographical location or configuration. So that's the confusion I have.
Those ones, the server based, what they are. I told you the geographical coverage, the location.
Okay, means
they are the one is the run. They are the run, and the size. I explained this. The problem is that you were still you confused yourself because you did not follow all the process. But don't fear. Don't have any question. I will send you this presentation too. I will also upload the material on the portal so that you can also refer to this.
Okay.
And it will help you to get more explanations. And even the video I used explaining, I will have to share it to you when I enter my office, because here at home I don't have enough network to upload.
Okay.
Thank
you very much.
Yes, there is a lady who is asking a question, and a man.
It's my concern.
Can I start from Reddy? Because she's the one. Okay. Can you ask? I'm not seeing the name. You can ask the question.
I'm Nashuha Miriam.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much. But my concern is, I would like you to give us more details about the chat room. I came in late, so by the time you were explaining, I didn't get all that information.
So the chat room, I said, let me find where it is so that I can also share it to you, because I want students to be using this chat room frequently. You can see wait. So for the student to be familiar with the portal, urabyinira mu isoko. The guy wants to dance in the class. So for the chat room, you can see the portal. The portal when you open the portal. Isn't it? This is it's for the lecture. I don't know whether it appears like this for a student too, but it should be. There is a place when you click on a subject you are following. Which one you are following now? It's computer applications, right?
Yes.
Then when you place there are forums, there are resources. For two resources, it's where you get the notes, and the other resources I have shared it to you. Then for the chat room, this is where I give message to students. Some students have been typing here, right? You can see today I typed, "Hello student, hope you have managed to download the reading materials I have shared. As discussed last week, I'm giving the link for today's class. And the link you have already got it from WhatsApp, but I can even paste it here." Who is that guy? Uwamono ari gusudira? Who is that one? So here, let me explain this. This is where I will be posting all the announcement. Whatever I write here, it's adding message. It goes to you. Even you, when you reach here, you can text Then I will see whether you had a question, if you want some explanations, if your colleague had come and answered you. So you can discuss from here. So we will not be using WhatsApp frequently because WhatsApp does not have all the student insights. That's why we are advised to use this chat room. Second, there are the assignments. You will have to check also the assignment. If I put an assignment there, I send you the emails, but I know your emails are not active. It's therefore required for you to always check. Even for the tests and the quizzes, when I schedule a test, you can see there is the one that is in draft. This one. If I press submit here, it goes to all students. You have to do it following the deadline that is set. Then I will give you the marks when you have finished. So that is how this function, and it's what I wanted you to be able to grab, so that you become familiar with this. And the announcement, I can also post an announcement here. If you place on an announcement, you can find that I have added an announcement. Are we together?
Yes, lecturer, I'm getting you.
Okay, thank you. And then another man, there was a man who was asking a question. I'm about to leave the class because I have another important schedule to attend.
Yes,
So you can be the last Emmanuel Kubimana. You can ask the question, but you have been disturbing in class.
My question is, how can you find that the internet someone is hacking you? What's the sign?
How you can find that your internet, your computer is being hacked, or your internet is being hacked?
Yes, your internet, even you are using your computer.
It is not easy to know that unless you have installed a specific software for that. There is a software for protection. It will warn you, and those ones are bought. So it is not easy for you unless you protect yourself using an antivirus. And some of the antivirus, like a Space Kill, they advise you that somebody is trying to enter your computer. Are we together? Yes. Then I hope you will be fine. You have to keep in mind that every Wednesday at 6 p.m. every Wednesday we will be having this class. Ukumbe wikonexeo inuza yanjye irazima. Telefone yanjye yazimye.